I'm Robert DeFreitas. I've lived in Santa Cruz since August of '76. I've been active in the neighborhood. I've seen the neighborhood go up and down in terms of problems. Now I am worried about Measure M adding more problems to the neighborhood. My partner and I and another friend owned property in the city, in the Mission District. We had often good tenants, but we did have some people who manipulated the rent control ordinance in the city. The first one, we gave him a break. We discounted the rent to him because he said he was low income, and we stipulated that he be the sole tenant. We told him that if another person moved in, that we would raise the rent back up to where it was prior to his moving in, and he agreed to that. He decided to move his boyfriend in, decided they would sign a separate lease, and we raised the rent. Then he turned around and went to the rent board. It was against their rules for us to raise the rent, even though the first tenant moved someone else in. I asked the administrative law judge, well, if he can move another person in without telling us how many people could be in the unit, and she said, well, there are no rules under the rent ordinance, but health and safety codes would mandate one tenant per 100 square feet. The fact that existing tenants can move people in without the housing provider's approval, I think is problematic for the other people in the building, the other people in the upstairs flat, and the neighbors. Having studied Measure M, I believe that the same problems would be potential for other people who provide housing. The property owner loses control of who is in the unit. I wouldn't object to some tenant protection rules, and I feel sorry for people who have trouble finding places to live, because if I were new to this town, I'd be looking for a nice place to live, and I think it would be very difficult. But I'm certainly not in favor of Measure M.